Yo guys, what's going on? Explosive Chris here, and today I want to talk to you about Red Chainsaw Man, or Power. I guess it depends how you look at it. But I think this deck is gonna be absolutely meta changing and like game changing in general. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. So now, before we get into the video, we wanted to say thank you to you guys. Thank you for the love and support. Thank you for always watching our videos. And a big thank you for getting us to 500 subscribers. Well, I mean, we're a little past 500 subscribers now, right? But still, we appreciate all the love and support. And so to show our appreciation to you, we wanted to do our first ever box giveaway. Now, in order to be in the box giveaway, all you gotta do is comment down below what box you would want if you win. So just leave a comment under this video saying, hey, if I win, I would like whatever box. Bleach, Chainsaw Man probably, because that's what's coming out soon, right? And that's what we're here to talk about. But yeah, comment down below what box you would want. And we're gonna be making another video, so be on the lookout for that. That's the video on how you can enter into the raffle, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. So see you there. And without further ado, let's get into that deck list. All right, guys, so getting right into the deck profile. This is the deck here. This is just what we found in testing to work for us. In the future, this deck may change a bit, it may not. And if it does, we will be posting an updated deck list for you guys. So we're gonna go over like kind of every card, not really every card. By now you should know some of the cards and like what they do and pretty standard stuff. So we're just gonna like kind of run through it, and then we have some gameplay footage for you. So let's get right into it. Starting off with the Zero Drop Denji. Nothing special here. If you've played Union Arena, you've seen this card a million times now. One in every version of every set. Is just rest it, producing energy, nothing special. But in this build, this Denji actually is very important, and we'll go over why in a second. So then now you got your Zero Drop Power. He filters the top two cards, letting you place one on the sideline or place them both back on top. This card is very good, and the fact that it's an active trigger is even better. I wish she had more BP, but it is what it is, right? Can't get everything. Then probably the most important card in the deck, Pochita. Pochita reads, this card cannot be moved to the front line. Look at the top card of your deck, and you may place it either back on top of your deck or into the sideline, further allowing you to filter your deck. Then it's active main. You can switch this card to resting and sideline this character to play up to one Red Denji with one cost or less from your sideline, set active onto your energy line, and if you do, place this card under it. So what makes this Pochita, besides it being your color trigger and you wanting it in the sideline at all times, or you want to draw it and see it onto your field, what makes this Pochita very interesting is that using this Zero Drop here, you can rest this to get to 3 energy, play your 3 energy cards to double produce, send this to the grave. Next turn, Pochita can always active main, bring this back, put itself under, and then you can get into one of your Chainsaw Mans, which is very, very interesting. It's highly an amazing play. It's like you're never starved on energy in this deck, and if you can do this, I believe on turn 2 or 3, you can get to some pretty insane plays before your opponent even begins playing the game. So very good. Pochita's probably the best card in the deck. It's likely if you don't see Pochita, the deck probably feels a little lackluster, but it is overall an amazing deck. Then we move on to our 1-drop Denji. Nothing too crazy here, nothing much to say here. It draws 1, it drops 1. We've seen this again 1,000 times. Then going into our 2-drop power, this is very unique. So normally for energy generator, you have to have it active, but power allows you to pitch a card from your hand to produce energy, which is very amazing. Because sometimes you won't be using that ability. Sometimes you'll be pushing her up to do damage with her, or you'll be raiding over this one. And it being able to produce energy whenever you want stops things like Toshi from stunning you, which is very, very good. And us now knowing that Green Bleach may have some support, this card is going to be relevant in the future. Moving on to another one of our amazing cards in this deck, In Exchange. So In Exchange reads, choose one of the following. Look at the top 2 cards of your deck, place any number of them on top of your deck in any order, then place the remaining into the sideline. Then you may place 1 Red Denji with 1 required energy or less from your sideline onto your energy line active, and then place this face down card under it. So basically it does what Pochita does if you don't see your Pochita, right? Or its second ability, place this card face down under a Denji that's already on the field, right? That doesn't have a face down card under it. And if it's not rated, switch one of your APs to active. Very amazing card. It does everything a card wants to do. So, and it's an active trigger. So this card is very amazing. It basically acts as like another 4 copies of Pochita so that your deck can kind of flow and synergize the way it needs to. Then you got your 3-cost Denji. We only chose to run one of this card. 1, because it's triggerless, and 2, because its effect isn't that great. It reads, look at the top 2 cards of your deck, place any number of them on top of the deck in any order, then place any remaining cards in the sideline. Choose up to 1 of your non-rated Denjis with no face down card under it on your field, and place up to 1 Pochita or In Exchange card from your sideline under it. This card is really good because if these cards are in your sideline, it allows you to basically play like any one of these 4 cards or 8 cards technically under any of these, which is very amazing and very essential for the combo of the deck. But again, it being triggerless, and 9 times out of 10 you don't often see this card when you need it. Like one of these will already be under something because of their own effects, and so we chose to play one of it. We may bump it up in the future, and like I said, we may change it around. For now, we chose 1. You guys can feel free to comment down below. Let me know if you would play more copies of this card or not. Maybe HQ is bugging, although I don't think so. Highly unlikely. Now we get into our power. 3 costs. Nothing crazy here. Just draws 1 card if Denji's on the field. And it's a draw trigger. And it's your double energy producer. Now we get into your 3-drop Makima. 1, she's a 4K, which is very amazing. She's a double energy producer and a get. Now, she reads active main. If in the front line, choose one character on your energy line and swap it with her. So she basically does like what the Shinji does in Red Eva that allows you to switch. And then she has another effect which says when she's attacking, sideline a character on your field other than Makima. Now, this ability goes really well with one of your Chainsaw Mans, and we'll explain why. We'll go back to that. Just remember that ability for now. Then you have your restands, of course. Nothing too crazy here. And then we finally get into one of the best cards in the deck, your 4-drop Chainsaw Man. It has Nullify Impact, and then it has, this card is always treated as Denji. That's for a reason that we'll get into later. This card reads, when it gets sidelined, you choose 1. You either draw 2 cards, which it doesn't have to have a card under it to draw 2 cards. Or, if this card has a face down card under it, you could play it back set to active on the field. So now, there's instances where you need to kill your opponent and you didn't see the impactor. So what you would do is you would play this, move Makima to the front, and when this attacks, if they block it, they block it, and then Makima essentially would destroy this card on her attack and bring it back set to active if it has a face down card under it, so that it gets a secondary attack, which is insanely broken. I've never seen a deck in Union Arena that could do that. It's just absolutely insane. So these two cards synergize really well, and then this also synergizes really well with your power, which we'll get into in a sec. You got your special here, which if there's a Denji on the field, you know, it allows you to pop a 5k instead of a 3k, and that's why you want them to be Denji, not Chainsaw Man. All right, so now moving on from the special, we get Power, our second boss monster. So Power reads, if this character with 500 or more BP would be sidelined, you could sideline a character on your field with 4,000 or more BP instead. What makes this insane is that she could use the Chainsaw Man here to basically pop it, bring it back in active, or draw 2 cards off of it. But bringing it back in active will give you another defense line if they're trying to take your power out. She also has, when she wins a battle, draw a card. And on play, if there's a Denji on the field, which your Chainsaw Mans count as Denjis, she gets plus 1,000, and your opponent must block her attack if able. So she force blocks your opponent, essentially becoming another form of removal. So you have 8 removal in the deck, essentially. Power is very amazing. I think this card is absolutely broken, and you have to run her 4. All right, and finally, moving on to our last boss monster, the 6-drop Chainsaw Man. He reads, at the end of this character's attack phase, if this character has a face down card under it, you can switch it to active, and it gains impact until the end of the turn. Then, if the face down card you placed under it was Pochita, you can put Pochita onto your energy line. So what makes this insane is that now he'll attack, restand himself, gain impact, and put Pochita back on your energy line to get ready to go right again. And so now Pochita will go, it'll look at the top, it'll filter the top if it needs to, and then you can raid, you know, you can start the whole combo again. Go Pochita, active main, place this on it, crack this, produce energy, play Chainsaw Man under it, and rinse and repeat. So this deck is absolutely insane. We think this is going to be one of the top contenders going into the Toronto Regional. And don't just take my word for it. We do have some gameplay video we would love to show you, so let's get right into that.
Play a Denji, here we go. 0 cost. When I can rest him and then gain energy generation sidelines at the end of the main phase.
Draw for turn. That is the best start you could have, so I'm gonna have to respond with Shadow Soldier and a Shadow Soldier. When played, if there is another Shadow Army affinity card on your field, look at the top 2 cards of your deck, place up to 1 Shadow Army affinity or 1 Sungjin Wu card from your sideline into your sideline. Place the remaining cards on the top of your deck in any order. So we're going to look at 1, we're going to look at 2, we're going to place a Shadow Army affinity card, the Shadow Soldier in the sideline, return the other one to the top, and pass the turn to you.
Alright. Draw for turn. Should be safe. I'll AP draw. And I will tap to play a power. When played, I can look at the top 2 cards, put one to the sideline, and put the remaining to the top of the deck in order.
Sounds like a Shadow Soldier.
Oh yeah.
Good effect. Much respect.
That's how that is. Will leave this past turn.
Draw for turn. I think we're going to have to we don't have to AP draw if we do that. Okay. We're gonna move up the Shadow Soldier. We're going to play the Shadow Soldier in the back. Shadow Soldier effect, top 2. Place this iron in the sideline. And then we'll play iron here. And we'll swing for 15 top.
That's the 6 cost raid. I'll add it.
Terrifying. Pass turn.
Good to have. Can't complain. Draw. I will tap Denji for energy generation. Tap power to play power. Since I have a Denji on play, I can draw a card, which generates 2 energy.
Nice.
Draw. I think here. Sure.
See, now you have 5 energy.
I'll tap to play in exchange. Show me your dreams, Denji. So I can choose one of the following effects. So I can look at the top 2 cards of my deck, place any number of them into the sideline, and then I can play a Denji 1 or less acquired energy from my sideline onto my field rested, and place this card underneath it. Or I can select a Denji on my field that doesn't have any cards underneath it, place this card underneath that Denji, and then restand an 8. So I'm going to pick the second one to place this card underneath a Denji and restand an AP. I am then going to tap to raid Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man is a nullify impact, 4K, and when sidelined, I can choose one of the following: draw 2 cards, or if there was a face down card underneath this character, I can replay the character from the sideline. So those are
So
my
then it
options.
would be a vanilla. So it can nullify
Correct.
impact once, but potentially block twice.
Correct. And then for my last AP, I'm going to play Pochita. So when Pochita comes out, I can look at the top card of my deck and put it into the sideline. And then active main, I can rest him and then sideline him to play a Denji from my sideline onto my field, and then place this Pochita face down underneath that Denji. Uses effect to look at the top card.
Looks like you're looking for a Denji.
Yeah. It's a little bit dry on the sideline. It's okay. I'll leave the card up top, and I'll attack 4,000.
I have a color target. I have a use for that next turn. You have 6 life. We have a color target. I think I'm going to choose not to block. Which life would you like?
We'll just go near you.
This one here. It is a Shadow Soldier draw card trigger.
Faster.
Alright. Going into our 3 AP turn here. Draw for turn. Okay. I'm gonna push these 2 up. We're gonna play Shadow Soldier to look at the top 2. Beautiful. We're gonna put an Egress in the sideline. We're gonna play Tank here. And then we're going to play Kaisel here.
Sure.
Iron's ability is during my turn for each rested Shadow Army affinity card with 2,500 or less base battle power. On your field, this character gains 500 battle. So currently he is at 45.
Sure.
I will swing for 45.
I'll take it.
Top down's fine.
This is the power to drop. It's draw, so I'll draw a card.
Alright, and then we'll swing with the Shadow Soldier
Block 1,000.
and the Shadow Soldier.
This is a power raid. I will add it to hand.
Sounds like a plan.
Draw for turn. Alright, so I will tap to play Makima. Makima's effect is when on the front line once per turn, I can choose one character on my energy line and switch its position with this character. And then when attacking, I can sideline a character other than Makima on my field. Or it's not that I can, I have to. So when she attacks, I have to sideline her bird. Will play a... I'll play a Pochita, same effect for the top card. I'll sideline a Denji.
Ooh,
It's your
nice.
card.
Good hit.
Effect of Pochita, I will play the Denji here. I'm going to use Makima's effect to swap her with... I'll swap her with Power.
Power's a 3k?
25.
25.
I'll tap Denji. So I'm at now 6 energy generation. And I will tap to raid Chainsaw Man.
With the Pochita underneath.
So Chainsaw Man's treated as Denji while on the field. And after this character finishes their attack, if there is a face down card with him, I can take it off, restand him, gains impact 1. Also, if the card that was underneath him was a Pochita, I can play it onto my energy line for free. So I'm going to enter combat. I'm going to attack. He's 5,000.
So the best position I can be in right now is if that hits a special and kills it before the restand and the Pochita effect. Also, if I hit an active, I can just block it. I'll take that damage.
Alright, well, yeah, just go all the way down the line.
It's a Shadow Soldier draw card.
I'll use his effect. I'll restand him. Since it's a Pochita, play Pochita. Pochita effect, top card. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to attack 5,000 again with impact.
Impact's good. Now we have the active. We'll put it on one of the Shadow Soldiers to make it a 4,500.
Okay, I'll pass.
Alrighty. Oof. That is quite good. Considering the trigger, we should have blocked the first attack, but that's okay. We'll make do with what we have here. We're gonna push the tank up. We're gonna play the 3-drop Jinwoo. When played, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 Sung Jinwoo or Shadow Army Affinity card and add it to your hand. Place the remaining cards on the bottom of your deck in any order. If you added a card to your hand, place 1 from your hand into your sideline. So we're gonna look at 3. We're gonna find Big Woo. We're gonna place these 2 on the bottom of our deck. When we add the Woo, we'll have to discard another card. Which in this case is actually going to be the restand. because we are going to play over this Shadow Soldier with a Monarch's Domain. This site comes in active. Activate main, switch to resting. All Shadow Army affinity cards in your field gain 500 battle power until the end of turn. If you have 5 or more Shadow Army affinity cards on your field, it's 1,000 battle power instead. So we're going to add 1,000 battle power. And then because we have 2, 4, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we have equivalent energy to 14 for a Jinwoo. So we'll raid this Jinwoo. Untap the Monarch's Domain. When this the big Jinwoo says for each Shadow Army affinity card on your field, you reduce his required energy by 1 anywhere other than on your field or in your sideline. So he has impact 1. If on the energy line, at the end of one of your character's attacks, you may swap this character with a Shadow Army affinity card on your front line. When played, choose up to 1 Shadow Army affinity card, which the Monarch's Domain is, and switch it on your energy line and on your front line and switch them to active. This character gains snipe until the end of turn. So now we'll tap this again. So now all of our characters have plus 2,000. And then we will swing for 4,000 with tank.
I'll block with power.
And then we will swing for 3,500.
I'll block 5k.
We'll swing for 3,500. Can't be blocked by 4k or higher.
I'll take it. The final.
And we'll snipe impact your 5k.
This is an active, so I will make Chainsaw Man 7,000.
And then we will swing for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,000.
I'll block here, and I'll use his effect to bring him back.
You got it. And then it's your turn.
Alright. I'll use Pochita's effect. I will tap Denji for energy. I will use my special. I like bad guys, you know. Choose 1 character on your opponent's front line with 3,000 or less BP and sideline it. If I have a Denji, it's 5,000 or less instead. So we'll sideline your Sung Jinwoo. I'm going to use an AP restand. I'm going to tap to play power. So once per turn, if this character with 500 or more BP would be sidelined, I can sideline another character on my field instead. And then when played, she gets, you must block this character this turn. And when she wins a battle, draw a card. She also gains 1,000 on the turn play. So this turn she's going to be 5,000, must block, and when win battle, draw a card. I'm going to use Pochita's effect. Bring back a Denji. I'll tap Denji for energy. Tap to play a Chainsaw Man. And I will tap, play another Chainsaw Man. Alright. Entering combat. 5,000 must block.
We'll block here.
I will draw a card. I'm going to attack 4,000. This is my vanilla.
Active. We'll buff the tank up to 5k.
Sure. 4,000.
We'll block.
And another 4,000.
We'll block.
I'll pass turn.
Draw. We'll push up these two. We'll play Sung Jin Woo. Top 3. We'll grab a Kaisel and we'll go ahead and put that Kaisel in the discard pile. We'll tap 1 for our deck special, Shadow Monarch. Choose one of the following. Play up to 1 character card with Shadow Army Affinity from your sideline set to active onto your field. Or play up to 2 character cards with 3 or less required energy and Shadow Army Affinity from your field, or from your sideline set to resting onto your field. So I'm just going to double check what my targets are here and decide. I do know I have an Aegis and a Shadow Soldier. But with the number of domains we have, we might want the Tusk and the Iron. I think that is what we're going to do. We're going to take the Iron to the front rested and the Tusk to the back rested. And then we're going to tap Monarch's Domain and we're going to raid Jinwoo. And we're going to untap these two. Sorry about that. And then we're going to tap Monarch's Domain a second time for a 2000 buff. And we're going to swing for 4K.
I'll block here.
Alright. We're gonna snipe impact on the power.
I will use your effect to sideline something else instead. And I'll use his effect to bring him back. And then I'll take the impact. No trigger.
Can't be blocked by 4K or higher.
Let's see, is it a final? Nope. GG's, man.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for the video. Thanks for watching. And as always, remember to like, subscribe, comment down below. It's an easy way to support us, of course, and continue to support us so we can continue making content just like this for you guys. And as always, we'd love to hear from you. So comment down below. Let us know if you think this deck is going to be meta changing or if something else will still be king of the hill. And till next time, take it easy. Explosive Chris out.